Now I'm going to refer to Darlene Hardister-Heumann, and she's going to talk about image, because image is everything. And so she's going to talk about how to market yourself, not just your business, but yourself.
Thank you, Dawn. Hey, y'all. Dawn, thanks for having me today. My name is Darlene. I own a business called Southern Sass, Gourmet Gifts with Southern Charm. I'm a cookbook author. I teach cooking classes, and I also do healthy living presentations. And today I wanted to talk to you about marketing yourself, not just your business. And that can be a little confusing, but we're going to try to dispel the myth of marketing yourself today. Just real quick, show of hands, how many people actually already own their own business right now? Very good, at least half. How many people are thinking about going into owning your own business? Very good. Now, the ones that raised their hand before, turn around and look at them and see the big bags under their eyes from lack of sleep. Last night I was watching CNBC with The Big Idea with Donnie Deutsch. Have you ever seen that? He is a marketing genius. And he's very inspirational, but he was speaking about the same thing last night, working from home, businesses from home, which mine happens to be. And everyone in there, he was saying, just even though you're in your home with your own bed, you won't be there much. Because you're going to be running your own business. You're your own manager, you're the accountant, the bookkeeper. If you fire yourself, then you're really in big trouble. So okay, we're going to go ahead and get started here. The first thing we're going to talk about, what is marketing yourself? Okay? It's different than marketing your business. So let's break that down. Marketing your business is letting people know what your business name is, what your business is, and where you're located and how to get a hold of you. Really important. That can be done in a lot of different ways. I used to run an ad agency, and a lot of the ways that we marketed people were through advertising, through public relations, and also through sponsorships. So, for example, Labella Spa, they do television commercials. I've seen it on Channel 13. Radio ads. This song is in my head. Able Air. Have y'all heard? Able Air. Okay, we can all sing this because it's been the same tagline forever. But we recognize that. And if my air conditioner ever goes out, it will take me about 2 minutes to remember Able Air. Especially when it's going to be 94 today. Different things also. Home Depot, they sponsor a Little League. That's a different way of marketing your business. Not necessarily putting an ad in Florida today, but you're sponsoring Little League. And a lot of those folks there are going to see that logo week after week and see that you're a community partner. They're going to go ahead and do business with you. Florida Today features an article that says Wusthof has won an award for being one of and they're an award-winning heart center. Okay, that's a method of marketing your business. These are all important things. How many have seen a Ron John billboard? Ron John Surf Shop. Okay, I can talk about them because I used to work in the marketing department. Everybody knows. I have had people call me when I worked at Ron John saying, you know what, I came to the store and we saw your billboards all the way from Canada. And I said, well, golly, they go from the south of Georgia to Florida. We've never had them in Canada, or they've never had them in Canada. People have seen them in Maine. People have seen them in the Carolinas. It's great. We just say, yay, wonderful. You know, we were so thrilled. But that brand recognition is amazing. So that's how you're marketing your business. The most important thing is, if you don't market your business, people don't know you're there. And you may have a great product, but if people don't know you're there, you're not making money, you're not successful, you're out of business. Okay, here are examples. This is really funny. You do have to have marketing materials. This is a true story. If you have marketing materials, you've got a really nice brochure, you've paid a lot of money for it, you're really proud of it, don't forget to hand it out. You know, you can have a really nice piece, but if you paid a lot of money for that piece, and this is really true, this is someone that was in one of my networking groups a couple of years ago. He had this really nice brochure. He brought it to our networking group, showed everyone. He was so proud of it. And then he said, but these are really expensive, so unless you really need one, please don't take one. Well, he doesn't know that if 5 weeks down the road, I might need his business. And if I don't have that beautiful brochure, I'm not going to think of him. Or 2 weeks down the road, I might meet somebody else while I'm networking that needs his business. But the fact that he discouraged me to take his information just totally blew the whole deal. So, you always got to remember that. The cheapest form of marketing a business card, and they just covered that. They covered the importance of that. Rosalind is so right. A business card in your possession is worth nothing to you. Okay? The goal is have at least 5 business cards that you've given out every single day. 5 a day, 25 a week, how many ever that is over a year. I'm blonde, I can't think that fast. It's a lot. Okay, and eventually, over time, while you're doing that network, as Rosalind has given you some great tips, giving out your business cards, somebody, if they don't need it, they're going to give it to somebody who does. I've had so many people come up to me, take my business card, look at my cookbook, and then say, I don't cook. Well, that's okay. They're going to take that business card, and they know an aunt, an uncle, their sister, their daughter, somebody that loves to cook. They're going to give them that business card, and eventually they're going to contact me or get a cookbook. So that's the best, cheapest way to market your business cards. I did receive a business card that had a really cute little tagline, had a little logo, had no phone number, no address. I flipped it over. I thought maybe, well, they're being creative. It's on the back. Nothing. That card went in the trash. They wasted about $70 on 500 business cards. It was a total wash. So make sure you put your contact information on it. That's really important because you want people to call you. Okay, marketing yourself. That was how to market your business. Now we're going to talk about how to market yourself, because a lot of us, most of us in here are small business owners or going to be small business owners. So you are your business. You are the face of your business. You're going to be out marketing, networking, and people are going to see you as the face of your business. For example, as you can see, I have on a chef's coat. A lot of times when I go to networking events and lectures, even lectures like this where I'm not actually cooking, I will wear my chef's coat because, number one, it's an attention getter. Number two, they know already what I do. She has something to do with cooking. And then 3, they come up and ask me if I cater, and I say no. But I know somebody who does, because I like my weekends and holidays. So I market myself. If I don't have my chef's coat on, a lot of times when I'm doing cooking demos or out networking, for instance, the Chamber of Commerce in Cocoa Beach has Wednesday Friends Day once a month. And it's a really great networking event. Many times I will wear my chef's apron that my company sells. It has my logo on it. And I'm constantly marketing. They can see that there's something to do with my business that has to do with food. Okay? So market yourself. I'm also known as Miss Sassy. The business is called Southern Sass. Everybody calls me Sassy. I'm not even sure if people know my real name anymore. You're the one with the healthy cookbook. Yes, that's me. You're the one who's always in pink. Yes, that's me. Even the other day, we were at an event, and somebody walked in. They had a good-looking pink outfit on. It was a suit. Somebody pointed at him and said, "What are you doing with Darlene's colors on?" So move over, Mary Kay. I'm on the way. This is how I market myself. You know, my attire, the color, I've branded myself. The cookbook has pink and yellow stripes, so it all goes together. This is how people remember me. I live in Rockledge. There's this wonderful restaurant right around the corner from me called Domenico's Italian Restaurant. Have y'all ever been there? It's excellent. I highly recommend it. Tell Miss Rosa I sent you. Either the sassy one or Darlene. She knows them both. I know Rosa because when I walk in there, Rosa is always there. Bless her heart, I don't think she gets a day off because she owns the business. But Rosa is attached to that business. When you see Rosa, you think of Domenico's Italian. She's always there. She greets you by name. The customer service is excellent. That's another example of marketing yourself. I have a friend who's a really good seamstress. She does a lot of tailoring for wedding gowns, different things like that. Prom, she hand makes attire. And she is her own walking billboard. She makes her own clothes. Now, she is talented enough that it doesn't look like something that just came off of, the kind of sort of know how to sew thing. She looks sharp. She's her own walking billboard. Different things like that. Okay, on a larger scale, let's talk about Tom Gauman. When we see Tom Gauman, what do we think of? Dollar signs, free money, loans, SBA loans. I'm sure he's going to argue with that later. Darlene, what are you saying there? Mrs. Fields. Thank you. Johnny and Damien. Caramba, excellent. That's really good. Donald Trump. Don't say bad hair. Or hates Rosie. Real estate. You see, these are things where people have marketed themselves to where you see them, you know what their business is. You know what they're in business to do. Why should you market yourself? You want to distinguish yourself from everybody else in your type of business. Show of hands. How many people know a real estate broker? How many people know a mortgage lender? How many know an attorney? Okay. Just for grins and giggles, last night my husband looked up in the yellow pages, attorneys just for Melbourne. He said, Darlene, there's 100 pages of just attorneys. You're kidding me. How are these people distinguishing themselves amongst each other? Mortgage rates, they're basically the same. Bank loans, bank officers, the rates are basically the same. Attorneys, you're either in civil law or business law, something like that. How are they distinguishing themselves between the other thousands of businesses out there? That's the trick. Marketing yourself is making you stand out from the rest of the crowd. Flip the page. Okay, let's see. Does every business person need to market themselves? All right, in a lot of instances, a lot of people are their product. For example, yours truly, I am Southern Sass. And I didn't realize this before until last summer. I had the cookbook out, I've got my gourmet products going, I'm trying to move the business forward. And my mentor, who is Bill Fitzpatrick, he is a sales motivation trainer. He sat me aside and he said, I hate to tell you this, and I don't mean this in any weird way, but you are your product. You are what people come to. They're coming to your cooking classes to see you. They're not coming to see somebody else. They're coming to the book signings and the lectures because of you, because of how you've marketed yourself. Okay, Bill Fitzpatrick is another example. He is Sales Motivation Solutions. He's a sales trainer. People come to him because of the information he has. There's a lady in the back there, beautiful purple, Miss Ellen. Can you raise your hand there? That's Miss Ellen Doreen. She owns a business called Illuminations. She's a certified psychic advisor. So she's reading your minds right now. No? That's always her first thing. I don't read minds. But Ellen is her business. Ellen is her own business. She's it. So you see what I'm saying here? A lot of you are your own business, no matter what it is. So you need to be cognizant of that all the time. Anthony Robbins, he's his own business. He's a motivational speaker. Here's something interesting. Since I'm my own product, basically, if y'all haven't seen my car, the back of it has this big marketing window on it. It has my web address. It has my picture on there, which I have since found out is not a real good idea to do because I cannot get away with anything. She's a healthy cooking lady. She can't be driving through McDonald's. She can't be plowing through Wendy's. Somebody's calling me, I saw you at McDonald's. You're not preaching the truth. So, people are watching. They know who you are. Even if you own a franchise, okay? Mary Kay, Papa John's, PIP Printing, whatever it might be, you still need to designate yourself as unique, different from the other ones, so that they're going to come to you, even if it's a franchise, rather than the next guy. Okay, how many of you feel like you're in a business where you need to market yourself? Everybody raise their hand. Okay, here we go. Now you're getting it. Okay, marketing versus selling. This is where it gets confusing. This is one of the things that even when you're in your second year of marketing in college, it can still be kind of a iffy issue. Marketing is taking your product and presenting it to the public and letting them know what your product is and that your product is available. You're letting it out to a wide audience. It's called macro marketing. Selling is getting money for your product or your service. There is a big difference. Just like they were saying earlier, there's a big difference between networking and selling. Okay? There's a big difference between marketing and selling. Marketing is the act of getting your foot in the door, getting someone to know about you and trust you, and selling is closing the deal. Make sure you remember that. Don't always make it be. Okay, I'm sorry, English majors. Once it came out, I knew that was wrong. It's not always about selling. Very important. Be a problem solver. I think they mentioned this a little bit before. Be a problem solver. Don't just try to get in somebody's face and sell them something. Here's a classic example. How many of you have been to Southern women's shows or women's shows, trade shows? People are walking by, want to buy, want to buy, want to buy, want to buy. No, I don't. I'm just, I just want a couple free snacks and I want to see what's going on. Okay, be a problem solver. If you make homemade soaps, and the reason you made homemade soaps, and this was on Danny Deutsch last night on CNBC, this lady sold her business for $15 million making homemade soaps that started at a home business because her son had sensitive skin and he would get sick from the harsh detergents that were in the kids' soaps and in the laundry soaps. So she came about making this homemade soap. Instead of asking somebody, do you want to buy my homemade soap? Why don't you say, do you have sensitive skin? If you have sensitive skin, this is a perfect soap for you. Not only will it not bother your skin, but it also protect and heal your skin. It's great for sensitive skin. Solve a problem. Be a problem solver. That gives you, number one, more credibility in their eyes. Number two, they trust you, and you're more likely to land the sale. Okay? There's a tagline on these T-shirts that I used to sell. It's not always about me. Well, it really is, but But it's not always about us. We have a great product. We believe in it. It's about them and getting them to understand how we can help them with our product, how our product can help them. Got it? Does that make sense? Okay, be a problem solver. Next slide. Okay. And I've got myself backwards here, so let me switch around. Oh, did we? What's the next one? Uh-oh, I'm missing one. Uh-oh. Huh. Okay, well, I'm going to talk. Okay, I've got an extra one here. Really? See, this is part of really knowing what you're talking about. Getting all confused and messed up. Okay, uniqueness many times. It's all good. Okay. Many times customers are buying a feeling or experience and not just a product or service. I'm going to go ahead and move on to what this is. How many of you guys believe this statement? That people are buying an experience or a feeling and not just a service. Okay. That is so true. Again, because there's 1,000 lawyers. There's a lot of cookbook authors. There's all kind of stuff out there. So they're buying what makes you different from the competition. For example, Carnival Cruise Lines versus Norwegian Cruise Lines. Big ship, goes out of the same port, same times, basically the same locations to the Caribbean with very similar excursions. Okay, what's going to make me decide on Carnival versus Norwegian? Exactly. There you go. Carnival promotes themselves as the fun ship. It's For a younger crowd, great with families. Norwegian is more for the senior crowd, the older crowd that wants to chillax, dress up for dinner most nights. You see, their marketing, they're doing the same thing, but in completely different, unique ways. Very important. There's a lot of cruise ships out there. So they have designated themselves equally to their own specific market. I have felt this way for a long time. There is a genius, a marketing genius, who has done this with his business, and that is Jimmy Buffett. This man does not just sell music. This man sells a lifestyle, okay? He sells sitting on the beach, relaxing with a fruity drink, and just a lifestyle of chillaxing and palm trees, okay? We turn that music on, we feel good about ourselves. And then when we're at the office, we're swamped, we're past deadline, the employees didn't come in, there's no cheeseburger in paradise in sight, we think about Jimmy Buffett and it takes us back to a lifestyle. He is a marketing genius. He has sold us a feeling. Okay, so that's what we're trying to do, even though what he's selling is music. So you really need to understand the basic element of what you are selling. And then that's what's going to help make you distinguish yourself from others. The difficult part is doing it in such a way that others are going to choose you over the other guy or the other gal. Okay, so let's break this down. There are literally millions of cookbooks. I knew that before I got into this because I own quite a few of them. It's an addiction with me. Okay? There's thousands of cookbook authors. How am I going to distinguish myself from other cookbook authors? And how am I going to distinguish my cookbook from other cookbooks? Well, first of all, my cookbook has a Southern theme, along with my business. It's a Southern-inspired recipes that have been handed down to me over the years or I've collected, okay? Second of all, they're healthy recipes. Okay, that pretty much levels the playing field. Because healthy and Southern cooking is kind of an oxymoron. So that really narrows the market down where I'm more unique than, say, Paula Deen, because I love Paula Deen. She's a genius in her own right. She is selling classic Southern cooking. Mine is more of a healthy related. Mine is definitely healthy related. Okay? So there's the difference there. And it always helps if you have a story. Have a story. This is really important, and I'm going to tell you mine. Why is mine about healthy Southern cooking? Well, I was raised in Florida. I was born and raised here, but I was raised by Southerners. And I know a lot of y'all don't believe this, but this is part of the South. This is still the South. It's south of somewhere. My folks are from North Carolina, so I was raised by a bunch of Southerners, great Southern cooks, all that wonderful cooking. You know, the whole bacon grease can under the kitchen sink. We also had my grandma had the thing of aluminum foil balled up. Okay, what was that? I still don't know. It was never used for anything, but this is what we do as Southerners. We save aluminum foil, okay? It's just what we do. And we save bacon grease. I don't, but I'll still save the foil. Okay, so I was raised with all this wonderful Southern cooking. I started in the early 90s studying nutrition. I started working out, living a healthy lifestyle. 1993, boom, my world stopped. My father had a massive heart attack. He survived that. 3 months later, had a 5-artery bypass. His cardiologist, Dr. Modi, told him that due to his history and his genes, family history, is the main reason why he has heart disease. And he also told me that I have an 80% chance of developing heart disease strictly because of my family history. I was not about to let that happen, or I'm going to fight it feverishly the whole way. So that hobby of studying nutrition, working out, that was a change of lifestyle for me. Okay? I started taking all those wonderful recipes that I had grown up with, all that Southern cooking, jambalaya, shrimp and grits, fried chicken. See, even when I say it, fried chicken, that accent just comes out when I start talking about it. Bless my heart. So So I started taking all these recipes, lightening them up to be a lot healthier. I still wanted them to taste delicious. My girlfriends started asking for the recipes. They couldn't believe this is healthy, this is delicious. You're kidding me. Can I have the recipe? I've always wanted to own my own business. Food is my passion. Has anybody read The Purpose-Driven Life by Rick Warren? Excellent book. If you haven't read it, read it. In there, in one of the chapters, it says you have a passion for something for a reason. Not necessarily for when you retire, then you can start playing with your passion. You may have a passion for something for a reason, and that's what you may need to have your business in or be in business as an employee in. Okay, that really stuck to my heart. My passion is sharing with others how to eat healthy. I love to cook and entertain for my family and friends. That's how the business came about. The cookbook was the first thing that I did because I wanted to share those recipes with others of how to cook healthy. Okay, there's things in there on how to cook healthy, substitutions, different things like that. So that is how the cookbook came about. That's how this whole business came about. So you see, I have a personal story as to where I am today and how I got here. That gives credibility to my story, and that helps people become personal with me because I am passionate about what I do because I believe in it, and it is my life. Do you see where I'm going with that? Okay. So make sure that you have a story. What is your story? Do you have a reason for being in the business you're in? Do you have a reason for being in the business that you want to be in? I met a lady named Sonia. Is she still here? Miss Sonia, she wants to open up a business where she's helping people get jobs. Now, there's probably a story there. Maybe she was looking for a job at one point and somebody helped her. I have no idea, but everybody has a story. Okay, so share that story with others. That's going to give them more meaning to your business. They're going to remember you over the other guy. And you're going to be successful because you're passionate about what you're doing. Okay. Let's see. What do you want people, potential clients, to know immediately about your business? What kind of business you are? What makes you different? If you own a car dealing detail... How am I on time? Okay. I'm a chatty Cathy, so I hope I'm doing okay. If you own a car detailing business, what makes you unique? What makes you different than the other guy? Okay? Are you flexible? If you are a title agency, what makes you different than the other title agencies? I have a friend, Karen DeLeo. She owns Fidelity Land Title and Escrow. She also owns a title station up here in Melbourne. And what sets her apart from the other title stations in this area, which is really important right now because the market is so bad for all of that kind of good stuff, is she promotes herself and markets herself as being flexible to come to where the client needs that closing. If they can't make it to the office, that's okay. She'll come to your place of business. She'll come to your house. She'll come to the new potential house. She will go to where you need to go to get that closing done. Okay? Not many other title businesses will do that. You have to come to the office to get that done. That's what sets her apart from the competition. It might be a small thing, but it's really significant if somebody cannot make it and they really need some help getting that closing completed. What sets your accounting business apart from another accounting business? Make sure you know what's unique about you, because you know what? There is something unique about your business. That's why you're in business. There is something unique about it. So make sure you know what your difference is. And there's a lady in here that's looking to start a limo business. Is she still here? She's going to find out what's different about her limo business that sets her apart from the other ones in Melbourne. Okay? She's going to do something really unique with her business. How can you convey that message? This is important. How are you going to let potential customers know what you do and how you're unique? I wear a chef's coat. I wear a chef's apron. So this tells people when I'm walking around, she has something to do with food, just like I said before. And in fact, this is getting a little hot and I can't take it off, but what I was going to do was take off my chef's coat, because under that I have my other black shirt that has the same exact logo and everything on it, just so that you know that wherever I am, I'm promoting my business. When I go to the grocery store, Sometimes I'll wear my chef's coat, even if I'm just going to get regular groceries, because every time I do, the grocery store is my market. Sam's is my market. There are people there that are looking for what I do, even if I get asked if I'm a caterer, and I'm not. But when I go to the grocery store, every time somebody sees the logo, they see the shirt, what do? Do you have a business card? I know somebody who would like to take a cooking class every time. So you never know, even when you're off the clock, which when you own your own business is never, right? Even when you think you're off the clock, market yourself. Make yourself stand out. Mary Kay representatives, do we have any in here? Okay, these ladies are geniuses in what they do too. They're always dressed to impress. Their makeup, their hair, everything, top to toe now, done. They are their own walking advertisement, okay? They've got their product on. They are wearing and using their product. So kind of sort of they are their product. They're marketing themselves. Very important. So think about what distinguishes you from other businesses. A mechanic, he really needs to have a car that rides pretty good, you know? If your next door neighbor is a mechanic and he comes pow, poo, pa, you know, sliding in the driveway every afternoon, I don't think I'd go to him to get my car fixed. So, you know, make sure what you got going on there fits with what your business is. Okay, does that message carry over into your business marketing and advertising? This is important too. Make sure that your message is the same. I've seen this so many times where a marketing piece is completely different than how they're personally marketing themselves. The message is different. It gets confusing. You don't want to be confusing. My logo, which has the two girls drinking tea right there, that to me is what I wanted, because when I think Southern women, I think Southern women drinking sweet tea and sitting around chit-chatting, you know, like we got nothing else to do. Okay? Southern sass. Definitely, you know, there's something there. Sass, sassy, you know. Okay, it sounds fun. It sounds Southern. It sounds fun. Pink is my favorite color. I know you couldn't guess that. I know that's a surprise. But everything, even my slides as you see today, are in pink. Okay? This is how I'm standing out. This is how I'm conveying my message. Fun, Southern, food, all good stuff. An event planner designates herself as the party lady. Okay, she always dresses in fun, bright colors. Her marketing materials show that not only does she plan weddings, she plans events. She's got access to all the bouncy toys you need for a kid's party. Her marketing advertising matches her own marketing self, what she's doing. My girlfriend owns Rainbow Embroidery in Merritt Island, and she's known as the Queen of Shirts. She always has an embroidered shirt on with her logo, and she's got stuff on the back, she's got stuff on the front. She is marketing herself, and her brochure materials say, we embroider company logos, we create logos. So again, make sure everything is the same. You need to be the expert in your business. Correct? You've got to be the expert. There is so much competition out there that if you're not the expert and the best in your business, you're going to have a hard time staying afloat. You're going to have a hard time competing and being successful. If I don't know anything about healthy cooking, I'm not going to be successful. That's why I studied nutrition for 13 years. I kind of sort of know what I'm talking about. But I constantly have to study, because 2 years ago, soybeans were what you should be eating, and now soybeans aren't so sort of what you're supposed to be eating. So you need to be the expert. When people look at me, they need to see, I'm going to ask her about pomegranate juice. I'm going to ask her about this chicken sandwich at McDonald's. You know, is it really okay for me to eat? I need to have those answers. You need to be the best bank loan officer. If you're a bank loan officer, you need to be able to answer the questions when people come in, or when you're out at lunch and somebody stops and say, hey, aren't you with Regions Bank? What's the rate right now on a CD or whatever? You need to have that information. If you're going to, I thought about this last night. If you're going to open a maternity shop, might help if you've been pregnant before. Okay, that would not be a good business for me because I've never had kids. I don't think a dog and a cat counts, but because I personally didn't have them. But if you're going to open a maternity shop, these ladies are coming in, number one, a lot of times they're not feeling so great about themselves. You know, they're having to get something in a larger size and they're not real comfortable. You need to show them what's going to look good on them and why. You need to be able to share experiences with them, okay? What the labor was, what the second trimester was, all those things that I really don't want to know about. But if you can share experiences with those girls, you've got customers for life. They're going to tell all their girlfriends, and you're going to be the best maternity shop in town. Okay? It's all about conveying your experience. You need to be an expert in your area so that you can offer information. Make yourself the one that people come to when they have a question or need advice. They're going to come to you. You're going to have the answer. Customer for life. Don't get in something you don't know about. It's going to be apparent. You can't trick people all the time. Some of the time, but not all the time. It will become apparent. So if you're thinking about opening an auto body shop and you're like me, you don't even know how to change a tire, unless you got a really good staff, you might want to second think that opportunity. Just because it sounded good late night on TV, like Tom was saying earlier. If you have employees, train them. Train them, train them, train them. Here is a classic example, and my examples involve food a lot because I eat a lot and I love to cook. We were just in the Keys for vacation. The Keys has lobster, shrimp, fish, mahi-mahi everywhere. It's my favorite fish. You guys like mahi-mahi? Love it. Okay, we had either fish sandwich or fish almost every night down there, my husband and I. We go to this one restaurant, and I won't say it because y'all probably know what it is. We go sit outside near the water. We had our whole family with us. It was great. We're looking for some wonderful fresh seafood. Open the menu. The lady comes over, the server, waitress, waitstaff, whatever they're officially called now, whatever's PC. And we said, "What's the fish today?" "I don't know." "Excuse me? This is a seafood restaurant. It says on there, seafood." "Okay, how's the mahi?" "I don't know. I hate fish. I don't eat fish, so I don't know what to recommend." I'm thinking to myself, number one, who hired you for this job? And how come you have not been fired from this position? If there weren't 8 of us, I would have protested being, Little Miss Sassy Pants here and said, "We're going somewhere else." But you got 4 kids sitting there looking at me like, "Don't even start it, Aunt Darlene." Sit down and eat it. Pick something. You see what I'm saying? Okay, train your employees. That was a bad experience from the get-go. The food was excellent, but we didn't tip well because the customer service was terrible. If you don't like fish and you have to have that job and that was the only thing open, make it up. Look convincing. Sell me a piece of fish. Okay, if you're unable to be there and you're the face of your company and you're the one with all the answers, make sure that your staff has those answers because, again, in this situation, we will not go to that restaurant again because of that. It had nothing to do with the owner. I'm sure the owner could have told me everything about every fish that was available in his restaurant that day. But because his personnel couldn't, we had a bad experience and will not go back. You don't want that to happen because your business employees are reflecting on you. And I think that's one thing that we're kind of lacking in America right now, our customer service. You're expecting people to come back. Well, there's enough competition now, ladies. Rosalind just gave you the statistics of how many women are opening businesses every year. If there's enough competition, they're going to stop coming because they want some customer service. They want somebody to know their name. They want somebody to take care of them when they're coming in because I'm handing you money. What are you giving me for the money I'm handing you that I worked really hard for? Okay, I'm through preaching about that. Next slide, please. Thank you. Uniqueness is what makes you stand out from your competition. We've already kind of covered this, but it is so important to remember. This is your opportunity to shine. This is your opportunity to shine. To show others what makes your product or service different. Do y'all know what your uniqueness is? How many of you feel like you know what is really unique about your particular business? Oh, Jesus hit me. We need some intervention. Okay, first exercise after you do what all the other ladies said before, the networking, getting your business cards out, look at your business, find out what is unique about your business, okay? Whether it's you or the product or the service, where you're located, what days you're open versus the other guy, whatever it is, you need to know what's unique about your business, because if you don't, how are you going to tell other people? How are they going to come to you? Okay, very important. You need to blow the competition away. You can do it. This little thing in the back of my head, I don't know where I heard it. You can do it. What commercial is that from? I don't know. Okay, for example, wine styles at the Avenues Vieira versus ABC Liquor Store on every corner. Oh, I'm sorry, ABC Wine and Liquor. Thank you. See, y'all are very in tune, even more than me. That's weird. Okay, so what's the difference? Wine Styles is smaller, but they offer unique items. Boutique wines a lot of times. Personal service. They can tell you everything you want to know about that wine, where it came from, how it tastes, go through the whole oaky, woody, cinnamony, whatever-y. They can tell you everything about those wines. ABC, you're pretty much on your own. Sometimes they do have a sommelier there that can explain some things. But people love going to Wine Styles and all of these smaller boutiques that are coming up because they're getting customer service, special service, and they're getting unique items that they can't get anywhere else. That's always fun at a dinner party, to pop out the wine that nobody's ever seen before. Okay, find out from your existing customers their perception of your business. This is really important too. Are the messages the same as what you're conveying? Okay, I was trying to say this in a way that would make sense because it's really important. How you perceive your business may be a little different than how your customer sees it. So you need to find out from your customer how they see your business, because that's what's going to make you successful. If, for example, my friend from Rainbow Embroidery, she does company T-shirts, logos for a lot of the cities and big businesses, small businesses, but she also does personal items. She'll logo somebody's baby blanket for their kid, or if they're going on a trip, she'll put names on hats or different things like that. But she is known for her company logo embroidery for companies, okay? And that's what she wants to be known for, because that's where the money is. There's a place called the 10-Minute Gym in Rockledge. They have a gym where you can go in on this piece of equipment and work out for 10 minutes, and I'm here to tell you it will wear you out. And you can get a workout program in 10 minutes because you don't have to spend 45 minutes or an hour. You don't have to fight over another sweaty machine that a guy just walked away from and didn't wipe down. Really kind of gross. Happens all the time in the gym. But he also offers strength training classes and belly dancing classes on Thursdays. Well, he doesn't want to be known just for the belly dancing classes, okay? That's not what he wants his business to be known for. He wants to make himself unique, and he needs to make sure that his customers see him as a 10-minute fitness gym as well as a belly dancing class, place to take belly dancing. So it's very important to see that. This helps determine your success, because what you want them to see may be different than what they're seeing. Step back and put yourself in the customer's shoes. This will let you know why they're coming to you instead of the next guy. Example, you might own a salon business and you want to be known, you think you're known as a full service spa because you have those services or some of them, but most of the people coming into your business are coming in for a haircut or hair services, and you're not making much money on the salons or on the spa part. That there's a disconnect there. People are seeing you as a hair salon and not a full service spa. That's something you need to look at, and I have seen that a lot lately in this area. You might have a restaurant that you tout yourself as an American bistro, serving all, the Chili's, TGI Fridays type thing, but most of what you're getting are takeout orders for wings. Well, it's kind of a disconnect there. And one company that is successful about knowing what their customers want and being able to provide that. And them recognizing they've stepped back, looked at what their customers see them as, and they have fulfilled that demand. Barnes & Noble. Barnes & Noble is a bookstore. Who'd have thought 20 years ago that we would have huge bookstores where you can go and get any book you want? I am a book fanatic. This was the best invention to me. Instead of having to go to the library, I love my libraries. But Barnes & Noble saw what the customer saw. They see them, when customers go into Barnes & Noble, they see that as a place to not only buy books and magazines, they also see it as a place to relax, sit down, have a cup of coffee, relax a few minutes. So what did Barnes & Noble do? They brought in Starbucks, one of the best coffee sellers in the entire world. They bring in Starbucks, put them in the middle. There's seats around there. There's benches over by the magazines. There's chairs throughout. They want you to feel comfortable staying for a while. They want you to have some coffee, relax. They do want you to buy some cookbook, some books and magazines, Don't be thumbing through them and putting them back on the shelf. It isn't the library. But you see, they saw what their customer was looking for and how they saw Barnes & Noble, and they have fulfilled that purpose. So that's really important. Next slide, please. Okay, you are your own walking billboard. I see a lot of billboards out here today, really pretty ones too. This is the exciting and frightening part of owning your own business, is knowing that you pretty much are responsible for the success of your business. You're responsible for letting people know you're out there, what you do, and what's unique about you, and how you're different from the rest. What do you want them to think about when they see you? Or when they hear Southern Sass? What do I want them to think about? What kind of feeling do they have when they hear Southern Sass or when they see me? I want them to be happy. I want them to feel like whatever I'm going to put in front of them to eat, they know it's going to be okay. These are things you want to convey. Make sure that when they think of you, they're thinking about your product in a positive way, that they are wanting to gravitate to that. I've got a note here. Let's see. You need to be passionate about your business. You need to believe in what you're doing, have your story, because if you're not passionate about what you're doing and what your product or business is, nobody else is. You're the only one who can create that. Have that passion. Let people know about that passion. Let them know why you're passionate. That's going to get them involved, that's going to get them excited, and that's going to want them to be a part of what you've got going on. They're going to want to buy your product. They're going to do business with you. They would rather close and use you as their title person than the other guy. They would rather get their bank loan from you or do all of their banking with you because you call them by name every time when they come in, rather than the other guy that might be 2 blocks closer. They enjoy coming in there a lot better. You see what I'm saying? You've got to have passion. You have to convey that passion. You have to convey it genuinely. This is something I've seen that does not go well. If you got passion, you're just kind of going through the motions. Some days you have to do that because your emotions aren't in line with, the reality of the day. But you have to genuinely be passionate about what you're doing, what you're selling, what you're talking about. And others will believe it and will get on board. What is your message? What's your message? This is the bottom line. What is your message to others? What are you going to say during your network, your 60 seconds? What's on your business card? What is it? What is your message? Think about that and work on that. Here's some great marketing messages that I've seen. I personally know these people or have seen them over the years. I'm going to go back to Miss Ellen Doreen back in the back, my certified psychic advisor. Her tagline is, "Let me shed a little light on your life." How perfect is that for illuminations? Owl Technology, they go in and fix home computers, small business computers. Her tagline is, "We know the stuff you don't want to know." Because all you want to do is bang on your computer and throw it out the window. They know the stuff you don't want to know. In an optometrist's office, when I went to get my eye exam a couple years, it said, if you don't see what you're looking for, you're in the right place. We were in Hawaii, down in Oahu, looking for malasadas. No, I didn't eat them. No, I don't eat malasadas. They're these wonderful Portuguese donuts, basically, and you can't just eat 5. They're really good. Everything in moderation. On the front of that is in downtown Oahu. You'll probably see it if you've been there. It's always advertised in the paper. They have a sign, "We have the best buns in town." Now, that's just fun. That's just fun. Okay, last thing I wanted to let you know was everybody here is for a reason. Everybody's here for a reason today. There's something very special about you. There's something special about this day. I hope you've come away and learned something really wonderful. And don't forget that you can affect somebody else's life. So make today the best day that it is. Thank you very much.